Welcome back, or if it's your first time, to Friday Night Comics at SAW. Uh, we believe in comics at the Sequential Artists Workshop. SAW is a 501c3 nonprofit with online courses. You can find out more at learn.sawcomics.org. We've got our fall courses in Sydney Davidson's Drawing for Drama course coming up. That's a 4-week online course. And next week at Friday Night Comics, we have Living Your Best Life with November Garcia. Also, we've got a graphic medicine extravaganza reading February 19th. I think that's this Monday. Mark your calendars. We're going to have different true stories from the front line, doctors, patients. It's going to be a really cool night of comics readings. And again, you can find out more about our short and long-term, speaking English like a third language again, our short and long-term courses at learn.sawcomics.org. Also, check out Seesaw Comics with work from the SAW community. And we also have a special little section where we post PDFs of the work we do here at Friday Night Comics. I'll be putting links in the chat tonight if you want to share the work that you make tonight. That's pretty much what I just said. Our weekly PDFs, check the chat for links. SAW survives from tuitions and donations. If you donated tonight, thank you very much. Helps pay the artists and keeps SAW going. You can also support us at our PayPal and Patreon accounts, or consider becoming a sustaining, supporting member. Don't forget to share the work you make tonight on social media, hashtag Friday Night Comics or at Comic Workshop, and join us for free anytime at the SAW Mighty Network sharing site. That's members.sawcomics.org. Please, no inappropriate speech or imagery, no trolling or hate speech or explicit, etc. Thank you. You can draw anything you want, but when we share, keep it PG-13. Enjoy. And tonight, make a friendship zine with Shay Mirk. Yay. That's it. I'm going to hand it back over to you, Shay. Hi.
Hi. I'm so happy to be here. And Michael, you've got a question in the chat about the upcoming graphic medicine workshop.
It is the it's the 19th. What day of the week is that? I thought it was Monday, but I could be wrong. I don't have my calendar in front of me.
I'll put a link to that workshop in the chat because it looks really cool. So yeah. I'm just going to drop this in there.
Okay, perfect.
Great. Boop. Hi, everyone. I'm Shay. I'm just going to jump straight into my little presentation because I want you all to introduce you and say hi to each other. And that's the first thing we're doing today. It is not only Valentine's Day, but it's also a big snow day here in Portland, Oregon, where I live. Sorry. I jumped. So I'm wearing like multiple layers inside. I'm very cold right now because it's really snowy outside. And I hope it's going well wherever you are. So here's my introduction, little icebreaker for us. I want you to say hi, say the city you live in, and then what fictional character from pop culture, like from a book or movie or a TV show, do you think you would be friends with? So who's your pop culture friend, and who are you, and where do you live? Great, thanks. So you can just keep saying that in the chat for as long as you want, and we'll get going. So if it takes you a minute to think about it, I think my answer would be like, I'm Shay. I use they or she pronouns. I live in Portland, Oregon. And definitely my character from pop culture who I think I would be friends with is Jane from the TV show Daria. I don't know if you guys know Jane or the show Daria, but Jane was like the cool art student who was like kind of sardonic and funny. I think we would have really gotten along. So that's my pop culture friend. This is what we're doing tonight, and this is me. So I go by my middle name, Shay, is there, she pronouns. That's my Instagram. Mirk drop. I love making zines, and tonight we're going to make a friendship zine. All you need for this is really simple materials. We're going to be making a mini zine out of a piece of paper. So you can grab a piece of paper. It's really helpful to have scissors. If you don't have scissors, these are for Christmas, I bought myself these really fancy Japanese scissors. So if you have really nice scissors, this is a good chance to bust them out. And then stuff to draw with. I'm going to be using colored pencils. I got a bunch of colored pencils and pens, but whatever you want to draw with is great. I did make a zine template for making a friendship zine, so I'm going to drop that in the chat. Boop. And so if you have a printer, you could print out that template instead of using a blank sheet of paper. That template, just a heads up, you're totally welcome to use it anytime. So if you do this workshop and you're like, I love this, I had a really good time, I want to do this with 10 of my friends, you can just print out that template that I put in the chat and like do it with a bunch of your friends in the future. Does that sound good? I hope that this inspires you to keep making stuff with other people in the future. Okay, great. We're getting some great pop culture friends in the chat. And it's also really cool to see people showing up here from all over the country and all over the world on a Friday night, especially Valentine's Day. It's a lot to ask for you to come to like an online event and really carve out time to do some writing and drawing and express yourself. So thank you for being here. And I hope that you feel really like proud of yourself for getting here, for making this happen for yourself. Are we ready? That's the first thing I want to say is we're going to be here in this workshop for about 90 minutes and just take care of yourself. If you want to do something different than I'm suggesting, 100% go rogue. It's okay. You don't have to follow my suggestions. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. If you need me to slow down with anything, I love questions. Feel free to not participate if you need to go like get a child to bed or make dinner or something like that. I have a tiny dog who might bark at some point. He's right behind me. We'll see if he gets upset about literally anything happening in the world. So we'll see if that happens. So take care of yourself. Take breaks as you need to. Sound good? Great. Okay, tonight we're making a zine. A lot of you have come to these events many times, so you're familiar with the world of zines. But if you're not, this is my definition. Zines come from the word magazine, and I say that they're any independently made multi-page work that's published for passion, not profit. So they can look all different shapes and sizes. But tonight we're going to be making what's called a mini zine out of just one sheet of paper. So we're going to fold it up to be a little booklet. But you can make zines as long as you want. Here's an example of a bunch of zines I made. I did a really fun project in 2019 where I made a zine every day for a year. I got pretty obsessed and was full of ideas. And honestly, it was just a really nice practice in carving out an hour. I spent about an hour on each of these every day. And so it was really like important for me to like set aside an hour of time to be like, I'm going to make something that I want to make. It's not going to be perfect. I'm just going to have fun with it. I was working on a really stressful book at the time that I got obsessed with making these zines. And it was like, I was in really kind of like stressful work mode for like 8 hours a day. And then I could relax and be playful and creative and have fun for 1 hour a day. So that's the spirit that I hope you bring to zines, is like embracing imperfection and just trying to express ourselves and have a good time. Here's a close-up on 4 little mini zines that I made during that year. As you can see, they're on like a variety of topics. Sometimes they're serious, sometimes they're really fun. This one at the bottom about 1 block of trees is basically I took a leaf from every tree on my block and taped it in. So it's like a collage of leaves. You can get really weird. And feel free to get as weird as you feel comfortable tonight, or maybe even a little weirder than is in your comfort zone. Here's another example of a zine that I made in the last year. This is a big one for me. It's called Why Did I Think I Was Straight? It's like reflections on relationships and sexuality. This is something I've been like I process a lot of my life and feelings and identity through making zines about those topics. And also these days I run a nonfiction comics press called Crucial Comics, where we publish memoir comics and reported stories in comics from people's lives. So we just started up in September, so we're super new. But if you enjoy this workshop and you want to read more nonfiction comics, check us out. We publish online, and then we also sell zine versions of comics. So most publishers are focused on like books, and I am a little bit against publishing books because they cost a lot of money and they don't make a lot of money. And so zines are great because you can like very cheaply produce zines, get them out in the world. I love that. So this is my pitch for making more zines. How's that sound? Great. So tonight it's Valentine's Day.
Shay, excuse
How,
me, people are
go
asking
ahead.
for the link to Crucial
Crucial
Comics.
Comics. Cool. I can't get it right now because I'm sharing my screen.
Okay,
But Michael, if you could go to crucialcomics.com and drop it in the
I'll
chat,
get
I
it.
would greatly appreciate that. Thanks for the tech support. And thanks for asking for the link, you guys. That's really sweet. I like that. It's Crucial Comics with an X because we're cool. So don't forget the X. Thanks to everyone who just dropped it in the chat. Thank you guys. Okay, great. And if you have any questions about Crucial or that kind of thing, if you drop them in the chat, I'll answer them by typing or aloud a little bit later once we get started. Sound good? You've had some time now to stare at these absolutely terrifying Valentines up on the screen. I was such a fan of vintage Valentines. Valentines back in the day were like unhinged, you guys. They were going hard. And yeah, they were really, really getting weird. So take this weird energy into your day to day. I want to run this workshop because, romantic love gets so much attention in our society. Many of our institutions and our ideas of success and our ideas of family are built around romantic love. So I wanted to kind of push back against that by celebrating other kinds of love today, like friendship. So I'm going to walk you through making a mini zine as a celebration of a friend. And I like to make these to gift them to the friend that I made them about. But you can take this whatever direction you want to go in. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to fold a mini zine. And so I'm going to stop sharing my screen to make myself big again so you can watch me. So this is going to be a little bit like origami. We're going to need your piece of paper that you're going to draw on, or the template that you just printed out, and then you're going to need your scissors. So like I said, many of you have been to these workshops before, so you're professionals, you know how to do this. But if it's your first time, I'll go really slow. And if you need me to repeat it, just drop it in the chat. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold this piece of paper hot dog style. Doop. So lengthwise like this. Subway sandwich style. Taco style. Great. You folded it that way. And I'm doing this on a white paper, but if you want to use colored paper, whatever you've got lying around is great. Okay, then you're going to fold it over short side to short side, aka hamburger style, once like this. And then you're going to fold it one more time that way, short side to short side, doop, until it's about this big. Yeah, you do have to make the dupe noise. Dupe. You have to make the action sound. Okay. Now, frustratingly, you're gonna undo all your handiwork. You're gonna unfold the whole thing again. Great. And you can see now it's split into these beautiful pages. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold it short side to short side, hamburger style, one more time. So short side to short side. And as you'll see, there's a side of the paper that's open, like a mouth, and there's a side of the paper that's closed with a seam. So there's like this edge and this open part. What you're gonna do is grab your scissors, and from the closed side, you're gonna cut just up to this corner, just between the first two panels here. So there you go, cut right up to the corner. Well, it looks like this. from the closed side, cut up to this little middle corner. How are we doing? Okay. One more time. We're going to unfold our paper. And then here's where the magic happens. Are you guys ready for the magical part? It's mind-blowing. Okay, you're going to fold your paper lengthwise, hot dog style. And then if you hold the edges like I'm doing and you push in, you'll see a diamond forms. You're legally obligated to stare through it, kind of like a diamond spyglass. And then if you just keep pushing until the center touches, it becomes a booklet. You can flatten it out, fold it over, and it is a little booklet. Magic. I'll do that last part one more time because it's a little bit hard to follow. So you've made your cut. You cut it, and you unfold it, hot dog style. Make a diamond and push in. Ta-da! Now it's a little booklet. Okay, great. Is anyone completely baffled? Has anyone just crumpled up a piece of paper and lit it on fire? Okay. Seems like we're all at 100% with this. So now we're just gonna fill up the zine with a bunch of writing and drawing. Sound good? And I am, like I said, I'm kind of like obsessed with the zine making method. I love this because it's portable, it's giftable, it can fit in your pocket. It's good for kids. I've taught zine workshops to people of all ages. And they've always been able to figure it out. We've always gotten to 100%. So if you're stuck right now, I believe in you. We can get there. Great. And you can do this with any kind of paper. You can use graph paper, legal paper, whatever you got lying around. Okay, great. Great. Okay, so I'm going to give you prompts for each page of making the zine. And I'm going to give us 4 minutes for each page, which will give us about 36 minutes altogether to make the zine. And then we're going to spend the rest of the time sharing what we made. If you are stressed out about time, I know a lot of people when they're writing or drawing or thinking, they need a little bit more than 4 minutes. So I'm going to call out the time. I'm going to be like, okay, here's the time that we have. Now we're moving on to the next page. But like I said, you can always go rogue and take care of yourself. So if you need more time to do each page, take more time to do each page. And I'm going to be writing and drawing, but if you're like trying to, like if you're a little bit nervous about drawing, you can fill in each page with just like doodles and decorations. Yeah, if you're nervous about drawing people. I saw someone in the chat got lost. So when I show you guys the prompt for the first page, I'll grab a new piece of paper and demonstrate folding this again. So if you're lost, just keep your eye on me in about a minute and I'll refold it. Sound good? And the rest of you can just start drawing. Great. Oh, a friend can be anyone who you consider a friend. I'm going to show you an example of a friend zine that I made, and then I'll show you who I'm making a zine about tonight. So here's what my finished friend zine looked like. I made this one last year for my friend Jamie. 3 words to describe my friend. So very wise, great at giving hugs, can laugh at any moment. And I didn't do words. I was like, I need sentences. Something they're very good at is facing dark and sad things. They say this a lot. It's good to cry. And they hate when people say, you should be over it already. Something I've learned from them is, I want to share my sadness. It's not a burden, it builds connection. A place where they're happy is in a hot tub with friends. An iconic outfit, MILF life. She's got a sexy smirk. And this like cheetah print outfit, truly iconic. And here are some things that remind me of them. Candles, grief, anxious dog, rituals, gold chains, basement dance parties. All really good things. My friend Jamie, who the zine is about, is a death doula. She does a lot of grief work and grief care. So I've learned so much from her about being sad. And here's the last page. Every day I want to tell my friend, you inspire me and make more soft spaces for people. So this is the zine I made about Jamie. As you can see, there's not a lot of drawings in it. You can feel free today to do as many drawings as you want, or just use text as a sort of aesthetic element here. You write as much as you want, and you can make your text kind of pretty. Oh, and somebody asked in the chat, you inspire to make more soft spaces for people. You know, that's just kind of a phrase that I made up, I guess. Soft space meaning a place that's caring and warm and tender and feels like comfortable. So that kind of soft space, a place where you feel warm and held, is a soft space for someone. Also, she has many actually practically like good soft spaces, like lots of pillows and like soft blankets and like the best sofa. So it's like she's both makes like physical and emotional, soft, tender spaces. Yeah. I'm going to make my zine today about my dog Twyla. My dog Twyla was a very good friend of mine. She loved me deeply. I loved her, and she passed away last month. Also, today is her birthday. So I'm going to make a zine celebrating her and our friendship. It's going to be a little sad, but I'm trying to celebrate her. So that's my friend. Okay, so here's step one. We're going to decorate the cover with your friend's name. So we're going to take about 4 minutes to do this. I'm going to set a timer. And as we're doing it, just dive in. This is my example from the template, but you can, you know, write it however you want. I'm going to set a timer, and I'm going to keep talking because I'm going to demonstrate how to fold the zine again for the person who needed instructions again. Ready? Okay, timer starting. Let's go on decorating your front cover with your friend's name. Okay, so here's the zine instructions. Just look at my little window. You got your sheet of paper. You're going hot dog style. And then you're going to fold it short side to short side twice. Well, it's this size. And it'll take a second so you can catch up. Okay, so hopefully you're at this spot where you've got it this size. I'm going to unfold the whole thing. And then I'm going to fold it short side to short side one more time. So right in the middle. Okay, and then from this, you see how there's an open side and there's a closed side. From the closed side, I take my scissors and we're going to cut just to this middle point. So just between these first two panels, like this. Okay, then you're going to unfold the whole thing again. And then fold it hot dog style, like this, long ways. You hold the edges and you push in, creating this diamond until the center touches. And then you can just flatten it out, fold it over, and it's a little booklet. Okay, great. So hopefully everyone who was lost the first time got it the second time around. Great. And for everyone else, we've got another minute and a half of decorating with your friend's name. So I'm going to frantically start on mine. Okay, great. Hopefully you've got their name and some decorations on the cover. So we're going to do pages 1 and 2. And here's my prompts for these pages. 3 words to describe your friend, something they're very good at, something they love to say, and something they hate when people say it. So we're going to take 4 minutes for each of these pages, so 8 minutes altogether. I'm setting a timer. Let's go. Don't forget you can always go rogue and do your own thing. We've got about 3 more minutes on these ones, or 2.5 minutes. About 2.5 minutes. And I'm already behind. So if you're stressed out, it's okay. Take your time. But we'll move on to the next prompt in about 2 minutes. All right, cool. We're gonna move on to the next page. A couple people in the chat said they had trouble thinking of something their friend says a lot. I think you can totally adapt this and make it more something like what's a joke they find funny? Like what's an inside joke between you two? Or what's a line from a movie they like? Just something that you feel like, reminds you of them. Great. Okay. Here's the next prompts. And again, we're take about the same amount of time for these pages and adapt as you see fit if neither of them feel right to you.
So we got a question in the chat. Elena and Neil are
We
saying,
said pages 3 and 4, 6 and 7 in my zine. This is the cover. Page 1, 2, we just did, and then 3, 4 are the next ones. But if you have somehow skipped to the end pages, that's totally fine. You can just put them on different pages. Does that make sense? You might be getting the numbers off because I'm counting the cover as just the cover, not a page. We've got about 3 minutes left on this section. Okay, that was 8 minutes. So if you're still working on your drawing of a hot tub or something else really loved, feel free to keep working on it. But we're going to go on to our last 2 pages before the back cover. Here's my prompts for these pages. Good luck. We've got about another minute and a half, and then we'll do the last page, and then we'll share them. So let's see how it goes. And then we got our final page. This is the back cover. Big thing is don't forget to put your name on this. I always forget to put my name on my zines. We're going to be sharing these in about 4 minutes. Hang on, I'll set a timer. When we're going to share them we'll go back to like gallery mode where it's not just me talking. And everyone will be asked to like use the raise your hand function. And you can raise your hand and sort of get in line to share yours. And typically a lot of people share. When I've been to these before, there's like many people are for sharing their work, which is really sweet. So if you don't want to share, you totally don't have to, but there's always a chance to. Cool. Okay, we've got like 3 minutes. And again, feel free to adapt my prompt if this doesn't really work for you. Okay, that's been 36 minutes somehow. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. But if you want to see these prompts again, don't forget, I made a whole template. So you can go find that template, print it out, and use this with your friends or community groups, family. This thing's gonna be a beautiful family activity. So feel free to use that. What we're gonna do now, and correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, but typically what Saul does is you use the raise your hand function to raise your hand if you want to share your zine. And
Correct.
is that correct? Okay, and how you find that is uh if you go down to I'm on a desktop. So if you go down to the bottom of the little Zoom screen on your desktop, there's a black bar. There's like audio, video, participants, chat, React. And the React one is a heart. If you click on that and it pops up a little window, it says raise your hand. So use that little function and we'll just call on people in order of how their hands are raised to share their work. And when I've done this before, a ton of people share, which is beautiful to see. If you're shy about sharing your work, you totally don't have to, but know that it can be like helpful and inspiring to other people to see what you made. And again, we're embracing imperfection and we're just expressing ourselves. So that's what this is about, not who did the best drawings. I'll share mine first, and then I think we've got in order Gail, Jen, Casey, Linda, and Gabriel. Um, so yeah. And if you just want to like describe yours in the chat instead of sharing it visually, you're 100% welcome to do that. So like I said, I'll share mine and then Gail, you're on tap. So get ready. And then Jen, you're after Gail. Okay, so like I said, I made mine about my dog Twyla. And I went a little off script from the prompt that I made, but it's still about a celebration of her. It says, what I learned from Twyla, my anxious potato-shaped dog. Mhm. 3 words to describe Twyla. Emotional, vigilant, loving. Maybe you know a dog like Twyla in your life. She was an ocean of emotion and had a lot of big feelings. She was very good at staring directly into your soul. She was scared of a lot of things. Skateboards, trash day, loud buses, which forced me to be patient. We're okay. It's all okay. As I learned to see the world through her eyes, squirrel, and ears, postman incoming, and nose, chicken bone hidden in a bush. It shifted my perspective. I wasn't centering myself. I learned to slow down, take care, be calm. What's that you? Oh yeah. What do you see? Let's breathe. What makes me anxious like Twyla? Many things. Twyla taught us how to take care of her. Don't touch her back. Chest scratch is okay. Um, Stick to a daily routine, please. She taught us how to love her, how she wanted to be loved. So you don't want to be cuddled, but you must be near me. Not my assumptions of how a dog should be. I'll carry those lessons with me wherever I go. Thanks, my big girl. And that's her collar. So that's mine. Thanks for playing along. Sweet. And thanks for your comments in the chat. Those are really sweet. I'll read them over. Okay, Gail, you're up, and then Jen.
Hi, Shay and everybody. Thank you so much. That was really a great workshop. Everything was, I found super clear and easy to follow. And I went a little bit off script, but I basically followed what you were doing. Okay, so I made my friend zine about my work pal, Nick. Nick is passionate about teaching literature, kind and empathetic towards his students, someone I can talk to about books, movies, and Japan. Canadian. Nick can get down on himself. I suck. And he hates it when he feels taken advantage of by admin. Why do they always give us extra work? Nick and I have had our bumpy moments. You're just a progressive Pollyanna. You're just like Mr. B. These are tears down here. But we always make up in the end and get each other gifts. Nick's favorite outfit always involves his blue vest, plus a shirt and khaki pants. And his happy place is at home in front of a fire with his husband and their 3 cats. Nick and I swap magazines every week. Every day I want to tell him, you are awesome.
This was so great, Gail. You did a lot of drawing here. Nice job. That's a lot of drawing to get done so quickly.
Thank you for giving us the template. It was very easy to follow, and this was really great, really a nice way to end the week. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Gail. It's really wonderful. Okay, next up we've got Jen and then Linda. And after that is Gabriel. And I think I have to ask you to unmute yourself, I think. Ta-da. Michael, can you do that?
Oh, you have to do that before you spotlight them.
Oh, dang. Okay, so I'll remove you, ask you to unmute, and then spotlight you. Great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So I did follow the format, but I cheated and I did it for my partner because I needed a Valentine for him. But he's also my friend, so it counts. So it says friend zine featuring my friend David B. And I said he's loyal, loving, and prepared. And something he's really good at is poking the cat without pissing her off. And you see we're giving her fluids because she has kidney disease. We have to poke her every day, and he's very good at that. They say this a lot. Deployed, doom, sequele, smoky coconut, which is the name for one of our cats. They hate it when people say, are you ready to watch the show, or are you to insert adjective here? He doesn't like it when I give him an option for how he might be feeling. Something I have learned from them is bring a coat in the car, get gas, store extra water. A place where he's happy is sleeping by a rushing river with internet. I feel good about the iconic outfit because it's really accurate. We have the favorite fleece hat, the extra pair of glasses, the vest, also the vest, Gail, the plaid shirt, pills in the pocket, also so much stuff in the other pocket. Things that remind me of them: nicotine gum, plaid, doom, and our favorite kitten. Every day I want to tell my friend, I think you're great. You are smart and fun and compassionate. I like you a lot. By me.
That's so sweet, Jen.
Yes.
I'm glad we could save your Valentine's Day, first of all. And secondly, I also feel like this was mostly about the cats.
Yes.
So a lot of it's like you're about your cat friends. So it's
yes,
really sweet.
Exactly. It's like how we partnered together to take care of the cats.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, thank you, Jen.
Yeah, it
I
was
really
fun.
appreciate you sharing.
Thank you.
So on tap is Linda, and then Gabriel's after that, and then I think Alan's after that.
Hello, this is so fun. What a great thing. I'm breaking the cat idea for my frog. So this is a friend zine for my friend Roman the frog. and that is lily pads and a water lily. So 3 phrases to describe my friend Roman. He is gloriously green with brown skin. He has big, curious eyes, and he likes to sit on the edge of the stream or pond. Roman is very good at jumping and eating bugs. And here's a picture of Roman. He says ribbit a lot, and he really doesn't like it when a hawk says scree, scree, which means there's a snack. Some things I've learned from Roman. When you can, lie in the sun and look around. Eat local. If you are afraid, hide in the deep end. And swimming is fun, and bugs are interesting. And one of the places he really likes to be is in the stream. We have a little water feature, and there's a little stream in it. And he likes to sit there, which is really near the back window, so I could see him with his glorious skin. There he is with a pickerel weed. He's saying ribbit. He's having a really great time. So the outfit prompt really threw me for a loop with Roman, because he's not much of a dresser. But then I thought about his early outfits, and he used to be a tadpole. So one of his early outfits was being a tadpole. And for a while, when he was transitioning, he very coolly had 4 legs plus a fishtail. So how awesome is that? And yeah, so wow. Think about what those frogs do. Things that remind me of Roman, bronze Roman coins, because that's why he has his awesome name. Frog calls, which is so nice in the summer to really hear the frogs taking over. And then a sudden plop in the pond. It could always be Roman or one of his friends. And there he is. He's just plopped and he's swimming underwater. So every day, I wish that I could tell Roman, you were safe here, you were appreciated, and please just relax and enjoy the pond.
I don't know why this scene just made me cry.
I cried about a frog zine.
It's just so beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm
He's
literally
a beautiful
tearing up.
frog. So nice.
Oh boy, thanks for making me cry with your frog love. It's so good. Okay, thanks, Linda. It's really
Thank you.
gorgeous. Okay, next up we have Gabriel, and then Alan's on tap, and then Sally's after that. So hang on, let me ask them to unmute. Okay, gotta collect myself. It's really good.
All right, let's keep it together. So I know the rules are, keep everything PG-13. I will say I did try to keep this PG-13, but some of it might be, for lack of a better term, a little bit blue or politically incorrect. But nothing, I don't think anything that'll be too shocking, but just, be warned. I was very honest with this. So my friend Zine is a tribute to my pal, Evan. That's him. So 3 words to describe my friend is funny, caring, and nervous. And something they're good at is, you see at the bottom, says bringing people together. And you can see him saying, have you met my other friend? Because that's something that the 2 of us do all the time, but him especially, of just bringing friends from different friends groups together. They say all gussied up a lot. That's something I've never heard anybody say but him. They hate it when people say, he's an adult, he should know better. See him reacting to hearing someone say that. Something I learned from them is not to be ashamed of my quote unquote resting autism face when I sing. And you see me with this kind of blank expression on my face and singing, I'm so blue. No, really. A place where they're happy is under St. Mark's on a Tuesday night. You see, that's where we go to an open mic a lot. So an iconic outfit. You see, I drew him in his little iconic outfit here. Femboy Hooters booty shorts. Official merch tank top by our friend Mimi Oz, who's a musician that we're friends with. And sneakers with white socks. Things that remind me of him. Weird Al, which is why we're friends. 90s comedies. You see a couple here, The Birdcage and Multiplicity. I've only seen one of those movies. And fringe porn. And you see the logo of a website here, which I'm not going to say out loud. And if there are kids watching, cover their ears. Every day I want to tell my friend, I just thought of the funniest shit. And you see him leaning in, going, go on. And then my name right here at the bottom, Gabe Schleifer.
Thanks, Gabe. I love your drawing style. It's so, you have such a strong visual voice. It's really
Thank you.
expressive.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Cool. Thank you so much for sharing. That was nice.
And thanks for doing this. This was a lot of fun.
Oh, good. Great. Well, next up we've got Alan, and then Sally's on deck.
Okay, I warn you, the art is very... Wait, am I unmuted? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, the art is very rough because I kind of unfortunately made my life difficult for myself. I usually do things digitally in the Friday Night Comics, but today, since there was a whole zine thing, it's kind of printed out, but I didn't have any art supplies handy since I usually do it digitally. Didn't want to get art supplies, so I figured I'd do it digitally and then print it out. Which would have worked, except that I also decided to use a new graphics program I haven't used much before. I usually use Adobe Illustrator, but I want to get away from the Adobe ecosystem and learn more open source programs. So I was trying to learn Inkscape, and I am not used to using it, so I really struggled. So the art is very rough because I was using a graphics program I'm not used to, so I apologize for that. But here's what I ended up with. I ended up going with a friend from that I met in college. We were college roommates for a while, named David. So three words to describe him would be intelligent, creative, industrious, and something that he was good at. He was very good at dealing with other people. Sorry, no art on this page. There's some art later on. It's just, like I said, very rough. I had trouble even writing with that program. If I learn to use it, it'll probably get easier, but right now I probably should have just used Illustrator. Oh well. Something he liked to say a lot. I remember that one common kind of, I don't know, catchphrase, one thing I heard him say a lot was, oh, that's rough, when something bad happened to someone. Something he hated. It took me a while to think of something I could put that he hated, but then I remember he did get annoyed sometimes when he had a high-pitched voice. So a lot of times he was mistaken for a woman over the phone. I remember one time, like when he was making his wedding preparations, long after college, of course, he was trying to talk to someone on the phone. They kept calling him ma'am, and he did get kind of annoyed with that. But anyway, something I've learned from him is life is short. Live it to the fullest. The place where they're happy, and here you see the horrible, rough art because I was using a program on Easter. I'm sorry, but place where they're happy is with his family. He having had a wife. Oh my gosh, his neck is off center. I'm sorry, I really struggled with this program. I should have used something I was used to. The art is terrible. I'm sorry, but with his family, he had a wife and a daughter, and two sons. An iconic outfit. Well, one thing I remember from when we were roommates in college was he had this weird wraparound towel shorts thing. They're kind of like a mini towel that buttoned. I've never seen anything else like it. But the last time I saw him, he was wearing a sort of a helmet to treat his brain cancer. Things that remind me of them. I don't know that there's anything really specific I can think of that reminds me of him, but I do still kind of think of him a lot. And every day I want to tell my friend, wish we could have spent more time together after college. He lived a full life, and I'm glad of that, but I wish it could have been longer. Yeah, he had his funeral last fall. He was with brain cancer. I'm sorry. But yeah, so that's again, calling friend David, who's passed away from brain cancer last year.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Alan. That's really, really special. I know you don't love your drawings, but I feel like you could mail that zine to his family and they would really love to know that he's still remembered and that you think of him fondly. So thanks for sharing that with us. Okay, now two zines have made me cry. So third time's the charm. Thanks for sharing, Alan. Thanks for getting vulnerable. Let's see if Sally makes us cry. Sally, you're up next. And then we've got Batia and then Casey after that. So Batia and Casey, get ready.
Hard acts to follow, let me tell you. I don't think this is, I don't know. Friend zine is for a tribute to my friend Launa's. The words that describe my friend are generous, witty, intelligent. Something she's very good at is singing in harmony. I don't know. A thing she says a lot is, I don't know. Let's say it was, and then she makes let's make something up. That's one of the things. They hate when people say, oh, Lonnie's. Something I've learned from them is that listening is a profound act of love and that following up gently is a gift. The place where they're happy is the ocean or with their kids. An iconic outfit is casual hippie chic. And she was there, so she gets to wear this stuff. Things that remind me of them: lavender lattes, hot blues harmonies, plumeria, and orchids. Every day I want to tell my friend, just knowing you makes everything a little better. Sorry, I know this will make you cry. Now see, I made myself cry.
This is so, so sweet, Sally. This is really, really wonderful.
Yeah.
I am very distracted by the large bird behind your head.
Oh yeah, this is Dodge. A lot of people know Dodge. He's the star of comics.
Great. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Sally. It's really
Thank
appreciate it.
you. That was great.
Thank you. Okay, next up we've got Batia and then Casey and then Kate.
Oh goodness. I'm newish here and I love Saw and I always get shy, but I thought I would share tonight. Sometimes, most of the time I don't. But I'll show you the visual quickly. I came late, so I didn't get to do a zine, so I did a panel thing. Whoops, I gotta open the thing. And then I'll just read the, I don't know if you can see it.
It's a little dark,
Yeah.
so if you could read it aloud, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that was the plan anyway. But anyway, thank you. Yeah, so this is for my friend Todd, who passed away this past January 1st at 1 a.m. So 1/1 at 1 a.m. Pretty amazing. We were like brother sister artists. So I jumped in somewhere in the middle, but things that they would say a lot would be "atta girl" to me, and I never knew that phrase actually. So it was really blessed me. And then we had this joke and he would say, so what's wrong with human sacrifice again? It would just crack me up. And then something we said together was the opposite of something helpful in the 12-step rooms is we would say personalities over principles rather than principles over personalities, to joke around. Something I learned from them, and I'm gonna cry, but and I did a lot of things in the background and in the gutters with words too, but something I learned from them, and I didn't do many visuals yet, but maybe I'll do this over. Is to show up, to keep going, to have fun and be funny. And he also taught me this principle of the reason to sell your art is in order to make more art. It's not about prestige or, that you feel good if you sell and if you don't sell as painters, because I've also been a painter. But it was really wise to me. You sell art so you have money to make more art, A place where they're happy is in making art, seeing good art, and in heaven. An iconic outfit. Todd always had his splatter jeans and his oversized flannel shirt. That was him. Things that remind me of him, for better, for worse, and don't know if this is whatever bad stuff, but whenever I see my beautiful ivory chopsticks, I think of him, and also my bamboo back scratcher. And I drew my back scratcher, scratch, scratch. And then my last panel was him just saying "atta girl" like 5 million times. And then all around the edges of the border, I said, every day I want to tell my friend, "atta guy, atta guy, atta guy. I hope you are enjoying Jesus in heaven. You were a great friend to me. You gave me so much support when I needed it. You were awesome. Your artwork is awesome. You made me laugh. You made me laugh so much. You calmed me down. And we got a lot of stuff accomplished together, applying for things. And we helped each other. You were a friend." And hashtag TL rocks. That's his name. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks, Batya. That sounds like a really great friend. So thank
Yeah.
you for sharing.
He
It's really
was.
sweet.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We're gonna share for the next like 15 minutes or so. We're gonna leave at like 5:40 my time. So we've got about another 15 minutes. Okay, so Casey, you're up, and then Kate.
I'll be in 15 minutes.
I think just a time warning.
I'll be there in 15 minutes, Evander. Yes.
Hi, Casey.
Hi, sorry. One sec.
Okay, cool. We'll come back to you, Casey. We'll just jump to Kate and then we'll come back. How's that sound?
No, I'm back.
Does that work?
I just had to
okay.
close the door. My brother left it open.
How dare he? Okay.
This is a zine. And I made it to my friend Aria. 3 words I could use to describe her are caring, magical, and loyal. They're super good at drawing dragons, and we reference plays we perform in circus class. We love to act together, and here's a little picture of her saying that she's suing me, because that's a pretty typical... bro, one sec. I'm trying to take off the blurry
Yeah, it's always
background.
tricky with a blurred background. There we go.
Okay. So yeah, that's just a picture of them saying they're gonna be suing, because that's actually something we do in our plays a lot as a comedy thing. And then their typical outfit includes fake glasses. By the way, my artwork was rushed. A green t-shirt and jeans. And things that remind me of them are D&D, dragons, Alvera, and suing. And I really admire her artwork. Oh yeah, I went a little bit off script because I was having trouble with some of the prompts. And that's it.
Cool. That's so great. Thank you, Casey. I love your art style, and it's so cool you made the scene. So thank you.
Thank you.
It's great. Yeah, thanks for being here. Okay, we've got Kate is up, and then Michaela. Then after Michaela is Alice. So Kate, you're up.
This was a great workshop. Thank you. I love it. This is my zine from my friend Amanda. And 3 words to describe my friend is compassionate, insightful, and badass. And something they're very good at is making humor in difficult times, the kind that soothes but doesn't make light of the issue. They say this a lot, bitches get shit done. They hate it when people say, you really should smile more. Something I've learned from them is don't just react to the symptom. Study the systems and structures and what holds them in place. A place where they're happy is on a rocky shore in Maine. That's their favorite place to go. An iconic outfit is a simply cut dress with pockets and some spectacular green shoes. Things that remind me of them: miniatures, thoughtful analysis, black cats, sharp wit, and Moomin. And every day I want to tell my friend, you inspire me every day. You deserve ease and happiness.
This is so wonderful. I love so many of your drawings, Kate. And your friend sounds really wise. So thanks for sharing.
She is.
Okay, thanks, Kate. Next up, we've got Michaela. And then after Michaela, we've got Alice and then Judith. So get ready.
Yeah, I think I'm unmuted. I made this tribute. I'll just read it. Lifelong Love Zine, a tribute to Jacinto. Hang on, I took screenshots so I can actually read it. So, Jacinto, 1965 to 2020, was funny, generous, loving. We met in 1984 in college in Maine. Something he liked to say was, we need to get more beer and subs and pizza. He loved getting late night food and hated if somebody said, no, everything is closed. Sometimes we drove 20 miles, and this was in northern Maine, where the towns are far apart. And the next picture is something I'm still, is that the right page? Yeah, something I'm still trying to learn from Jay is to be always friendly and patient. His nurses all loved him. He died at the beginning of the pandemic in March 2020. Neither of us believe, but it's not impossible to imagine Jacinto in heaven. And then for iconic outfit, I have Jacinto loved his cowboy hat. It made people laugh. We only lived together 1984, 86, and 2015 to 2020, but I miss him every day. Thankfully, there's Jackie, his dog, who has lived with me ever since. And then I didn't finish the last page. It's sort of blank.
Thank you so much for sharing, Michaela. I'm so into your drawing style. I love how expressive your line work is. It's
Thank
really, really
you.
nice.
Thank
It
you.
really
It's
jumps
good
off
to
the
draw
page.
Jacinto. It's like a memorial to him, you know.
Yeah,
Thank you. It was a great
I
session.
hope we would have loved it.
Mm.
Next up, we've got Alice. After Alice is Judith and then Kathy. And we've got about 8 more minutes, so we'll just get through as many people as we can.
So this is for Mimi. Mimi's my daughter, and she's the best daughter, and she's loving and funny and encouraging. And I said, Mimi is a great athlete and loves to do handstands. Mimi has taught me to be persistent, to try to be more on time, and to know what a generous heart looks like. And Mimi's happy place is by the bay rollerblading. And Mimi's iconic outfit is wearing a sweatshirt, and she's trying to find encouraging sweatshirts because she does social work. This one says goodness forever, and she always has her hair in a hair clip. And it says she hates when mom is late. That's me, but she forgives me anyway. And I'd like to tell her every day that I love her so much and feel very, very lucky that she is in my life.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Alice. I love just the idea of making a zine for your daughter. That's really sweet. I bet she'll love it. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Great. Next up, we've got Judith, and then Kathy's after that.
Hi. Can I be, oh, good, thank you. Okay, so this is for my friend David, who was a wonderful husband, lover, and soulmate. I guess because it's Valentine's Day or something, we're remembering people. What he was good at was he was a brilliant writer, and he was very good at paying attention. And what I learned from him was what it feels like to truly feel at home with somebody. And he was always very happy in bed with me. And his iconic outfit was he always had very brightly colored shirts and blue jeans and a prayer shawl that he was very fond of. And when I think of him when I hear typewriters, blues harmonica, when I see well-rolled joints, and also I think of him when walking a dog. And every day I want to say to him, I miss you so much, because he died about 20 years ago, which is really pretty long time ago.
I love your handwriting, Judith. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, I really enjoyed doing it. And, you know, I felt like each person who was saying something really heartfelt about that person, it's very sweet to have that. And nobody should apologize for getting emotional, by the way, I think.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I really appreciate this. I really appreciated this. So thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so much, Judith. And thank you for sharing your somewhat spicy stories. It's really great. I love it. Okay, so Kathy's up next. And then we've got Eli and Rudy. So you two are on deck.
So mine is a tribute. My friend Zine is a tribute to my best buddy, George, 2009 to 2024. It says 3 words to describe George: furry, magic, loving. Something George was good at, making me feel special. Let's see, something George said a lot. George barked a lot. And something I said a lot, where's my dog? Because she would get lost in the woods. Something I learned from George is how to be curious and how to nap. And I like to believe George is happy, sending me love, feeling my love, hiding in flowers, observing all of us. What is it? I loved her fluffy, flippy ears. I couldn't think of what her iconic clothing was, so I went this way. Fluffy, flippy ears and ears needing scratching, and double-coated fur, always needing a brush, which I rarely did. And things that remind me of George: Harriet, our now 1-year-old dog. She had the same name on Pet Finder that George had. They both had Heidi, and I thought it was a sign. Every day I want to tell George, I miss you. You were my heart and still are. And thank you for Harriet. We know you sent her.
That was so beautiful. Thank you so much. That's really, really lovely. Thanks, Kathy. Okay, we've got Eli, and then Rudy, and then Nancy. And I think that's going to close us out. because I have to leave then.
Hi.
Thanks, Eli.
I did most of this class while I was driving home from picking my truck up, so the drawings are horrible. I'm doing my friend zine about my very brave friend Amy Reed, who's a former French professor and head of the gender studies program at New College, which was dismantled by Christian fascists in the state of Florida while they were taking over all the schools and trying to make them into public schools, into Christian schools. She had the misfortune of being on the board of trustees while they were purging all of the people that didn't agree with their takeover. And she withstood just like horrible treatment. And then they were just so cruel to her. But the words that I would describe her as very dedicated to her students and ferocious in their defense against all the fascists that were trying to have the students arrested or kicked out of school while they were trying to like just graduate. She's very principled and firm, even in the face of incredibly disrespectful Christo-fascist jerks. So I'm going to use that word a lot. The things that she says a lot. Also, I couldn't do the zine while I was driving. Things she says a lot are, she says it in French, courage and honor and respect. And she also hates it when people say, shut your mouth. They actually said that to her. They kept telling her to shut up in the meetings and cutting her mic. I learned from her kind of to speak French. It's not her fault that I'm not fluent. I'm not a good student. So I can say bonjour. And I also learned to be very calm in the face of unthinkably cruel behavior, which we're going to need a lot of practice for currently. She also taught us really funny phrases in class, which was I lost it. Basically, she taught us how to it's much to our shock, the students, she taught us how to say that she has a rack because she is, anyway, that's rude, but she brought it up. So we learned how to say that in French. And her favorite place to be is on the couch with a book with her dog, Rosa. I always think of her in a sundress with flowers on it and her sunglasses on top of her head. And protests remind me of her. Tout le monde sur le balcon is how you say somebody is chesty. And then, so whenever I see people who are protesting or standing up to oppression, every day I want to tell her how much she is appreciated by her students and by the alums and the faculty that she defended from that takeover, and that losing her job and leaving that school was not a failure. She had to uproot her life. She had to move and sell her house and go up to Washington, D.C. And now she works for PEN America, which is an organization that fights for human rights and protecting free expression in literature. And I just love her, and I take great, I just respect her, and I want to be like her. Thank you.
That's so great. Thank you so much for sharing, Eli. Okay, next up we've got Rudy, and then Nancy's gonna be our last person because I have to leave. So let's go. And thank you so much to everyone for sharing.
So I made my, I don't know if my camera quality is very good, but I made my Zine to my friend Jedediah, who I met in the mental hospital 2 times actually, coincidentally. So yeah. 3 words to describe Jedediah: creative, silly, and kind. Something he's very good at is drawing. Something he says a lot is, that is so datebayo, which is like an anime term. I don't really know, but it's silly. And then something he hates when people said in the hospital was, it's not snack time yet, because he loves his snacks. Something I've learned from him is, be who you are and the right people will accept you and support you. And then a place where he's happy is with me, because whenever we get to see each other, it's very special. An iconic outfit that he has is his Garfield t-shirt. And things that remind me of him is silly cats and My Little Pony, because he loves My Little Pony. Every day I want to tell my friend, always be you because you are amazing. I heart you, and I'm so grateful to have met you. That's
That's
it.
so sweet. Your friend is gonna
Thank
love
you.
this. I really hope you give it to them.
Yeah, I will tomorrow.
Sweet. I'm so glad you're here. All right, bring us home, Nancy. You're our last person to share, and thanks to everyone for being here.
Okay, this is a little challenging for me because I have a broken collarbone and I'm staying at my sister's, so I'm separated from my cats because some friends are taking care of them. So that's why I did this. This is dedicated to my cat, Max. And then I'm just trying to, that's that. And then I'm trying to read this and manage my collarbone and everything. 3 words to describe my cat. Fluffy, orange, and regal. Something they're very good at is running up and down the stairs. And they say this a lot. And that's where he got the nickname Squeaky from, because he just squeaks and he's such a giant cat. And then he hates it when people say, stop bugging Trixie, because Trixie's his sister and he tries to get romantic with her sometimes, and it's not good. And so then something I learned from him and all my cats is how to nap. And his happy places, I have a catio for my cats, and he likes to go out and watch the sunrise on the catio. Now this is challenging, turning the page. Hope I can do it quickly. Of course, now that I'm under duress. Okay, so then his favorite iconic outfit is he's naked all the time or just wears his fur. So I had to do a iconic pose. Ignore that green stuff, it's a mistake. But it's him lying on his back being just fluffy, fluffy, fluffy. And some things that remind me of him are sunrises, this favorite feather toy he has, and little turds in the cat box. And then let's see, what's this last thing about? Every day I want to tell my friend, I love you. And I'm there at home with him playing with the cat toy. And that's especially meaningful to me because that would mean I was healed from my fracture and back home playing with Max. The end.
Wow, thank you so much, Nancy. That's a beautiful way to end. I also learned how to nap from my cat, so great skill. I have to leave, so thank you so much to everyone for being here. It's really warmed my heart. I cried 3 times, so that's a great way to spend a Friday. I'm going to stop recording, and we'll see you